Looking to get yourself some keycaps without spending $100 to $200 for a set? Yeah, you can easily drop hundreds of dollars on keycap sets, but today we're looking into keycaps that are around $60 and are in stock, at least for the most part. So, if you like the way that sounds, then let's get into it. Akko is the brand we're looking at today, and they are now developing their own sets of keycaps for the masses available for in-stock purchasing, rather than a group buy method. But before we get into that, what other keycap sets are available for an in-stock purchase? Well, there's plenty of in-stock keycaps on Amazon from all ranges of quality and random brands, but some of the bigger names include MaxKey, Ducky, some EPPT sets, and even some GMK sets, which is just wild. I do love seeing the push for more in-stock items since the hobby has exploded in the recent years. Anyways, I have two sets here in two different colorways and two different profiles, Cherry and ASA. And yes, they are very reminiscent of some popular GMK colorways from the past, which is fine. Colorways aren't copyrighted just as long as they aren't copying design elements like novelties and the alike. First, the packaging. I gotta hand it to Akko for the really nice packaging. I definitely like it better than what the GMK sets arrive in. The foldable case is magnetic, and yes, some of the keycaps do come loose, but not as bad as GMK trays when you're trying to reach in and grab a keycap. The keycaps are mounted by the stem, which works well, and each set comes with a keycap puller, which you will have to use to get the keycaps off of the stem mount. It can be a bit more frustrating or time consuming than working with GMK trays in terms of removal. I also appreciate the sleeve that the case fits into. It's sturdy and snug and doesn't rip easily. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the packaging. Now on to the quality. So these are double shot PPT keycaps, so the shine is going to be at a minimum compared to ABS. However, that comes at a cost to color saturation and contrast, as well as warping. Warping is surprisingly at a minimum here. The modifiers like right shift and enter key have very little warping, and the space bars aren't that bad either. It's all within acceptable tolerances for the price point. And looking at the underside, the outside edges are clean and straight, even though the injection mold is a bit messy. These have a decent thickness to them as well, just about as thick as GMK keycaps. The stems have a good thickness to them as well. However, some of those stems have gaps in them. Now, initially I would see this as a major flaw, but I haven't had any of these stems break off on me through durability testing. But this should definitely be fixed to improve quality and durability for future sets. Now, looking at the legends, they're for the most part pretty good. On the modifiers, there are some noticeable inconsistencies in the thickness of the letters. Caps lock looks like it's in a bold font compared to the shift key, and the most profound example is the backspace key, with the K being thicker than the other letters. Now, for the ASA profile keycaps, most of the qualities remain the same from the Cherry profile set. However, the larger modifiers use symbols instead of text. The text-based legends do have some inconsistencies here, but less noticeable than the other set. For example, looking at the Alt key, the L is thicker than the legs of the A and the base of the T. It's very minute, however, they do a good job for what the set is priced at. And in comparison to SA, the ASA profile is shorter, and unfortunately, I don't have any DSA keycaps on hand to make that kind of comparison. I do like the profile on them, as they aren't too tall and as much of a learning curve for those of you who've been typing on OEM or Cherry profile keycaps. And lastly, these sets have compatibility for different size layouts from your standard sizes from 60%, 10 keyless, or 100%. Is the compatibility as extensive as some custom kits from a group buy? No, but they have a good coverage for multiple layouts here. Personally, I would love to see some split spacebars in here, but I could be in the minority. The sets from Ducky and Matrix are fine sets, but they mostly only support standard layouts, which really cuts down on the amount of keyboards you can successfully apply those keycaps to. The set starts to step into the territory with EPPT and MaxKey in terms of layout options here. Are they as high quality as those? No, but they're about 85% of the way there. And in regard to GMK, it's about 70% of the way there. Now, even with the stem gaps and mismatches in the legends, I do believe the price suits the sets well at $60. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you need any other information about these sets, you can check the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.